Netflix is one of the most popular, if not the most popular streaming service in the world, and Netflix seems determined to continue to grow its offerings available in the historical movies genre, with a large number of films already confirmed to be released to the platform in 2022. This is not a definitive list by any means, as Netflix may add more movies throughout the year, but I have been able to identify a large number of historical movies that will be coming to Netflix this year. Most of them unfortunately have unconfirmed release dates at this point in time, but where I am able to confirm the date of release, I will do so in this video. Also, if you love historical movies and historical TV shows, then don't forget to subscribe to HistorySpark and press the bell notification button as I post new videos on historical movies and historical TV shows every week. 1st of March sees the release of Against the Ice, a Netflix original film starring Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, best known as Jaime Lannister. This film tells the story of Captain Ejnar Mikkelsen, a Danish explorer who led an expedition to Greenland in 1909 to contest the United States' claim to northeastern Greenland. But this expedition goes horribly wrong and it quickly becomes a harrowing tale of survival as Mikkelsen and his crew member Ivar Iverson try their best to survive against polar bears, hunger, freezing temperatures, and limited resources till someone comes to their aid. Next up on the list is All Quiet on the Western Front. This 2022 remake will see the 1929 war epic book All Quiet on the Western Front by Erich Maria Remarque getting retold onto our television screens. This film will tell the story of a young German soldier and his terrifying experiences and the distress he faced on the Western Front during World War I. The story will follow two friends who voluntarily enlist in the German army and quickly regret their decision once they face the brutal realities of life at the front of the war. This movie highlights how patriotism quickly fades when faced with the atrocities of war and how difficult these times are for everyone involved. Apollo 10, A Space-Age Childhood is an animated film that is set in the backdrop of the first moon landing in the summer of 1969. This movie will be displayed through two interwoven perspectives. The story is told firstly through the astronauts and mission control point of view of this triumphant moment, and then the second point of view is from the eyes of a general young child living in Houston, Texas, who dreams of becoming an astronaut and to explore the galaxies one day as well. This movie is partially inspired by the filmmaker's own life, and the film stars Glenn Powell, Jack Black, and Zachary Levi. Another film getting released in 2022 is Blonde, which tells the story of Marilyn Monroe, and it delves primarily into her private life, with the titular character being played by Ana de Armas. This film is a fictional portrayal of the model, actress, and singer during the 50s and 60s, and will be told through a modern lens of celebrity culture. Next up on this list is The Good Nurse, another film coming to Netflix in 2022, and is based on the New York Times best-selling book of the same name. This film will be produced by Darren Aronofsky and directed by Tobias Lindholm. This film will star Jessica Chastain and Eddie Redmayne, in which this true story about a nurse who risks her own life to go uncover the truth after becoming suspicious that one of her colleagues is responsible for a series of mysterious patient deaths. Lady Chatterley's Lover is an upcoming film based off of the novel by D.H. Lawrence, and it tells the story of Lady Chatterley, a woman born to a life of wealth and privilege, who soon finds herself married to a man that she eventually falls out of love with. However, not happy with the current state of her life, Lady Chatterley engages in an affair with their gamekeeper on their English estate and eventually decides to break against traditions and social norms to seek happiness with the man she loves. Next up on this list is Munich: The Edge of War, which is a film that is already available on Netflix, and the basic premise of this film is a British diplomat who travels to Munich in the run-up to World War II, where a former classmate of his from Oxford is also en route there as well. But however, he is working for the German government, and this film focuses on their journeys and separate but colliding paths and how they affect the run-up to World War II. Next up on the list is Operation Mincemeat, which will get released to Netflix on May 11, and it stars Colin Firth and Matthew McFadyen co-starring to save the world from fascism. Operation Mincemeat tells the extraordinary true story of two intelligence officers who are hoping to change the course of World War II, an attempt to save tens of thousands of lives by trying to deceive the Germans on the Allied attempts to invade Italy. Operation Mincemeat was a very clever real-life mission by the Allied forces and was such an interesting real-life story to tell, and Colin Firth leading the cast. I'm sure Operation Mincemeat will be a spectacular film and be a great watch for all historical movie fans. Next up on the list is The Pale Blue Eye, an upcoming historical crime film directed by Scott Cooper, which follows a detective trying to understand a series of fictional murders that took place in 1830 at the United States Military Academy. There will be a secondary plot based around a young cadet known as Edgar Allan Poe. Christian Bale will star in The Pale Blue Eye, and he will play the role of retired detective Augustus Landor. This film looks like it's going to be a great hit and will be getting released at some point in 2022. Next up on this list is Rustin, which is a film based around gay civil rights activist Bayard Rustin, who will be played by Coleman Domingo, with the plot focusing on the various obstacles he had to overcome during his struggles to get gay rights for all members of their community, and how he influenced American history by organizing the 1963 March on Washington. Rustin will be directed by George Wolfe, and the cast will feature some amazing stars such as Chris Rock, Audra McDonald, and Jeffrey Wright. And to further enhance the potential quality of the film, this movie is also being produced by Higher Ground, the production company founded by Michelle and Barack Obama. Another political thriller that will be getting released in 2022 is Shirley, which will tell the story of political icon Shirley Chisholm, the first black congresswoman and the first black woman to run for president of the United States, and the cost these accolades had on her personal life as well. This film will be written and directed by Academy Award winner John Ridley, and Regina King is set to play the role of Shirley Chisholm. This film will tell the story of Chisholm's boundary-breaking and historic presidential campaign, based on exclusive and extensive conversations with her family, friends, and those within her inner circle. Secondary cast members in this film include Lucas Hedges, Christina Jackson, and Terrence Howard. So all in all, Shirley seems to be set to become another great political film of 2022. Next up is a unique film called The Swimmers, which will tell the inspirational story of Olympic sister swimmers Yusra and Sarah Mardini, and their miraculous journey as refugees from war-torn Syria to their rise as swimmers at the 2016 Rio Olympics. The Mardini sisters will be played by French-Lebanese siblings Manal and Nathalie Issa, with Salih El Hassani directing this film based around these two extraordinary swimmers. And the last film on this list is called The Wonder, which tells the awe-inspiring story of a girl in Ireland who stops eating but remains miraculously alive and well, resulting in English nurse Lib Wright being brought to the village to observe how 11-year-old Anna O'Donnell is performing these extraordinary feats. The story of Anna quickly spreads, and eventually tourists and pilgrims begin to travel to the village to witness this miracle girl who is said to have survived months without food. This movie will attempt to tell if whether this is truly a miracle or if there's something more sinister afoot. So be sure to check out The Wonder when it comes to a cinema near you. So lastly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do like and share this video with others. And if you love historical movies and historical TV shows, then don't forget to subscribe to HistorySpark. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.